okay?
And guys, you need to turn on your video so we can see that you're paying attention.
Yep, that's the rule. I'm even going to show you something that I never show kids. All right, so some of you are still struggling with dividing decimals. There's just a few of you, and I went ahead and decided that I want to show you the standard algorithm and explain why it is and why it works, just so you have a little something to hold on to when you go to 6th grade, because we can't spend any more, significant time on it. So I want us to look at 1 2/10 divided by 3. And what I think is really cool way of looking at it is I put over here a little note that says 1 2/10 is the same as 12 divided by 10. And that's going to come in handy for us to explain why we move a decimal point or why we put a decimal point where we do, okay? So if we're looking at 1 2/10 divided by 3, that second number goes on the outside, right? And what we are dividing by goes on the inside. So that looks weird, right? Can we divide 3 into 1 in the form that we know in 5th grade? Maverick, I don't have your attention. Can you guys shake your head yes or no? All right, so I'm going to look at 1 2/10 as 12. How many times can 3 go into 12? Put your fingers up. Okay, good. Yeah, so I know that 3 goes into 12 4 times. And do I have anything left to divide? No, and I'm looking for yeses, nos, numbers, okay? All right, so that is my answer. However, we didn't divide by 12, we divided by 1 2/10. So knowing that 1 2/10 is the same as dividing by 10, remember that we learned every time we go to the left on the decimal number line, we're dividing by 10, or sorry, to the right. And as we to the left, we're multiplying by 10. So that is why we put our decimal point here, because we were dividing by 1 2/10. We were dividing by tenths, not by wholes. So we have to put a decimal point here. Does that make sense? And I'm going to show you a little bit of connection. If we have 12 divided by 3 equaling 4, then 1 2/10 divided by 3 equaling 0.4. Do you see how there's a connection with where that decimal point is? Okay. So here we go. 28 divided by 7. How many times can 7 go into 28? Show me with your fingers. Show me with your fingers.
4.
4. Okay, so we have 4. And how many place value positions do we have here? Show me with your fingers. How many place value positions?
2.
How many?
2.
Okay, let's look. How many is that?
8.
Nope. Here's 1. We are just in the tenths. So we're going to have 1 decimal point place position. Does that make sense? So if we looked at here, we just go, all right, if I looked at it like 28 divided by 7 equals 4, then 2 8/10 divided by 7 equals 0.4. Because there's 1 place value position. We moved it over once. Does that make sense? With my small groups, we're going to work on this together. I just wanted to show you a little connection with it, okay? All right, I want to move on. When in our lives do we multiply decimals? You can unmute yourself. When do we multiply decimals?
Money.
Money?
Money.
Okay, tell me when with money. When would I multiply money?
When you pay for your finding how much it costs.
Yeah, like if I were buying, somebody needs to mute themselves. Buying multiple things at one time, I'd want to know. So if I bought 3 cans of something, I would want to know.
Shopping.
Okay,
Time.
mute yourself.
Time.
Huh, that's an interesting one. How would you multiply decimals in time? Like if you had 2.5 hours and you were going to do something 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay. How else? I was thinking as employees, when you get your first job, it's usually hourly. All right. So if you wanted to know how much you were getting paid that week, you would multiply your hours times, you know, however much you get paid an hour. And that's how you would know what you were getting paid.
Food.
Food. Yeah. When you're going to order at McDonald's, you're getting 3 meals or 3 Big Macs or whatever, you'd want to know. So that's, again, money. When you're measuring.
Yep. A couple of them said measuring for cooking.
Cooking, yeah.
The measuring.
Yeah, good. All right, so we use it a lot. And you're going to actually look for decimals in your home this week. So be on the lookout to see decimals. They're all over your house. All right, so we're basically doing the opposite of what we were learning with division. Instead of repeated subtraction, we're doing repeated what if we're multiplying?
Repeated addition.
Repeated addition. So I am doing 4 groups of 6/10. So modeling is super easy with multiplying because instead of starting with something and then deconstructing it, we're actually constructing it, right? So I need 4 groups of 6/10. So I'm gonna go 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10. That's 1. Easy peasy. Okay, here we go. Another 6/10. 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10. How many 6/10 do I have now? Hold up your fingers. 2. All right. Here we go. 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10. And then I need 1 more group. 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10. So I just modeled repeated addition. Here's my first group, second group, third group, fourth group. I have 4 groups of 6/10. Now we're going to put all of that together. I have 1 whole, 2 wholes, and 1, 2, 3, 4 tenths. Do you see what I just did? Okay, I need everybody paying attention. We're not doing anything else other than watching the lesson. All right, so I want to show you again, just like when we were dividing, you're looking for a pattern. If 4 times 6 is 36, 4 times 6/10 is 3 6/10. Do you see the relationship between how many place value positions that decimal point is in? Here's 1 decimal point position. Here's another 1 decimal point position in the answer, the product. Does that make sense? If not, I hope it will. All right, let's try this one. This is 2 groups of, and remember our multiplication symbol means of, 2 groups of 3/10. So I'm going to do 3/10, 1/10, 2/10, 3/10. That's 1 group. 1/10, 2/10, 3/10. That's another group. 1/10, 2/10, 3/10. That's another group. So, oh, McLean, we didn't need that, right? We need 2 groups. Here's 1 group, 2 groups. So together we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/10. How easy is this? All right, now look for the pattern. 2 times 3 is 6, Miss McLean. So 2 times 3/10 would be 6/10. Easy peasy? I want to hear a lemon squeezy, somebody.
Lemon squeezy.
Lemon squeezy.
On your decimal grid, it says, every day Miss McLean drives 7,500 miles to the library. Over the course of 3 days, how many miles does she drive? Let's do this one together. I want you to do this on your decimal grid. How many groups of 7,500 is it asking for? Show me with your fingers. 3. I'm not seeing everybody's fingers. Alexa, am I missing yours? All right, you try it on your decimal grid. Put your green hand up when you are done.
God.
Somebody needs to be muted. No. Sorry. Show me your hand when you got it. Miss Valerie, if they're not showing their heads, will you ask them to? I can see a couple that aren't, and I don't know who they are.
Okay, Maverick and Math, there's a few of them that have their raised hands. Did you tell them
I
to?
can see the hands. I just can't tell who isn't showing their face.
Okay, I got it.
Thank you. Maya, do you have it? Okay, I need you working on it. Do you have your decimal grids? Riley, do you have your decimal grids? And you're done? Good. Give you another minute.
Malachi and Reineck, you need to show your face. Start your video, please.
Look at you go, Riley. I'm so proud of you. So proud. All right, so day one, she did 7,500 hundredths. I'm gonna circle that instead of, that looks like a decimal point. Day 2, 7,500 hundredths. Day 3, 7,500 hundredths. And so what am I doing? If I'm doing it like that, it's repeated what?
Addition.
Okay, so we're just gonna show that on our decimal grids. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice I pick up a different color so I can just keep it organized. I can see that's day 1, 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75. So there's day 2. And day 3, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many of you, I don't care about color, but how many of you, your decimal grids look like mine? Sweet. Yes, thank you for showing me, Riley. Anyone else? Ariana, do you have your decimal grids? Oh, you have it? Okay. So if we were to count, we have 1 hole, 2 holes, and 10, 20, 5 hundredths. Thumbs up if you got that. Saisha, no? All right. Do you see where you went wrong? Okay. So now you have another opportunity. You ready, Saisha? Did you study it? Okay, here we go. We're just doing repeated addition. You try. Tate had 4 math problems. It took him 32 hundredths of a minute to finish each problem. How long did it take for him to complete his math problems? So you have 4 groups of 32 hundredths. So I need to see you write an equation too. I should have been doing that. So 4 groups of 3200s. Maya, do you not have your grids, baby?
I can't find it.
All right, do you have a printer?
Me neither.
Oh, okay. It's in your interactive notebook. You have them in your interactive notebook. Are you using those at least? Brielle, are you using the one in your notebook? Brielle? Okay.
Which ones?
Honey, there are decimal grids. I gave you paper version, and this was all in your agenda, you guys, and I reminded you at family time you were to come with this. So if you're not prepared, it was in your agenda. It said to have your decimal grids out and ready to go for math lesson today. I gave you paper ones in your bag. I gave you lots of them, and you have some in your interactive notebook. You're gonna need them today. Riley W., you're getting my player of the week. Saisha, do you have something going? All right. Maverick, are you done? Almost. All right. So here we go. I'm doing 4 groups of 3200s. So I have 10, 20, 30, 200s. That's one group. And here's 8, 18, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. That's another group. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 16, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 hundredths. That's 3 groups. Last group, 4, 14, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So now I have 4 groups. I count them up. I have 1 hole here and 28 hundredths. And here's how you can check your model to make sure you did it correctly, because even I mess up on models if I count incorrectly. You can have 32 hundredths times 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. Now, let me erase and get this out of the way. Oops. (32 hundredths times 4). All right, how many place value positions do I have for my decimal point? Hold up your fingers. Alora, how many place value positions do I have behind my decimal point? Riley, check again.
2.
2. So I would go like this. 1, 2. Does it match? Yep. Is this making better sense? You're just repeatedly adding. Tyon, I haven't seen your face for most of this lesson, so I don't know if you're paying attention doing the work or not. You're not participating. All right. Hey, listen, I'm going to post this lesson on your Echo, this mini lesson. I have a little Nearpod I need you to do that has me explaining what I want you to put in your interactive notebook with another example and a little exit ticket just to see where people are at. I don't want you sweating it. We just started it, but it will tell me what to do with groups for tomorrow, okay? So you do your best, try really hard. I love you. I miss you, Riley W. I'm proud of you. I could only see a few kids. I'm sure there are a lot of you that were rocking it. I just happened to see him. All right. Love you guys. Go do your Nearpod. Hold on. Jay, if you're around, stick around.
Miss McLean.
Hold on. I'm going to stop recording. Just give me a minute. Yeah, he's there.